What's up, everybody? Figured I'd give you guys an update. I was out here working on that 351 I told you about in my last video, and worked on that for a while. My dad came over, he worked on it for a little while, and then I had to go out and split some wood. Winter's coming, gotta get that taken care of. But I figured I would show you guys the car and everything else. Here's the stand. Stand's empty. Of course, we got the 302 and the Duramax that needs to get the sleeve fixed in it. But here it is. Got the motor sitting in it. Got a couple wires left to hook up here. Got the carburetor on it. So just use that to kind of help hold it down when I got the garage doors open. But we're getting there. It's really starting to come along. We're hoping tomorrow it'll be running. I'm not sure if my dad's gonna stop by tomorrow or not, but if he does stop by, that'd be great. Just hear this thing run. I'm sure we're gonna end up hot wiring it. It's what we're actually gonna do just to get it running now, and then we'll run, you know, all the wiring and everything we have here. So once we get it going, then we'll go through it. But this is the car. Just had the interior of the engine bay painted for the motor, and then once that is done and this is all running, put together, we will get all the exterior done. We painted the top. The owner of the car had some white paint. He's gonna put a white vinyl top. So just sprayed it with white, put a couple coats of clear on. I told him he should have got rid of the old drip rail. Told him he should have shaved that off, made that all look nice, smooth, but he likes them. So, I mean, that's his call, his car. But I don't know, you guys can leave a comment on what you think. I think they should have went. Once he's done with that, we're gonna remove this fuel tank after we get the car running, so we can get that out. It's not screwed in or nothing. It's literally just sitting in here. Literally just pull it back out, but we'll pull that back out once we're done so we can do everything. Oh, here, let me go to the other side. We've got the vintage air set up. Air box is in, the HVAC box, that's in. Looks pretty good. The controller's here, just gotta put the sticker on it, and then we gotta put the little knobs on there. What else here? Oh, this here. This here's the floor shifter. We were told we had to run a floor shifter if we wanted to run the headers. Now, that was a chore, let me tell you, to get those headers in. I don't think we have to run that floor shifter. If we do not have to run that floor shifter, we're gonna leave it a column, just because it's kind of nice having that up there, especially with this car having the bench seat in it. I mean, you really don't want a floor shifter right here. That wouldn't, like, why with a bench? Like, if it had center console, the customer didn't want to switch over to a center console with getting buckets in here, so we're just gonna leave it. I mean, it's his car, he can do what he wants. We are looking for a steering column, whether we did remove right here, we did remove the shift lever off of there. We'll put it back on if we are able to keep it a column shift. But we are gonna go through, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go through I Did It. They make some pretty nice columns. I think that's who we're gonna go through either way. They said they could build us one. So we're gonna look into that. The headers, they said they would fit perfect. Well, we're just kind of got the wires here. We gotta clean this up. This looks terrible. Not even close to looking decent. But passenger side, fit right on. Not a single problem, went right in. We gotta go through the trans yet. We are literally in the process of getting this all mocked up. Transmission, super easy to get out of there. This has been a nightmare trying to get this vintage air system to work. Between it, supposed to be for a 69 and older. This is a 70s motor and newer. Not sure on the exact year. So we have that over here. We originally went with a driver's side dump water pump. Couldn't use that. Since we weren't able to use that, just like that, driver's side, weren't able to use it. We had to switch over to that passenger side dump. Everything's pretty tight in there. We had to switch over to that just so we could run the vintage air system. They didn't tell us that when we bought this. So we went all through that. That's part of the reason that we're trying to get this all mocked up and ready before we go through the trans and get that going. Once we get this running, everything will be good. But anyways, back to this driver's side. This driver's side header down here. See, these are a mess too. It went in. We had to put the cherry picker on it, lift the motor up a little bit, and it went right in. But the problem is I have a hoist. Why am I laying down? Steering stabilizer here. It was hitting on the header. The only way to stop that from hitting on the header was to move this bracket. So for now, we just shove spacers in. Definitely not staying like that. We will have a custom made bracket. As you see, this bracket is pretty crappy looking anyways. Like I said, we gotta go through all that. But these spacers had to get put in here. This had to get dropped down so that header would not hit. Now, as you see, the wheels are turned and it's not hitting. So now if we turn the steering wheel like this, it don't hit there. See, that boot's ripped. It needs to be replaced. Boot's ripped, but whatever. Going back the other way, it don't hit. And I know the car is in the air and it don't have weight on it and all that, but this is bolted solid. So this here isn't gonna change from where it's sitting, whether there's weight on it or not. So yeah, put the car back down here. So either way, we're hoping to have it running tomorrow. If it is running, we will pick back up from there, and hopefully I can post this video with this thing running. So I will let you know how far I get, or if he shows up, we get tomorrow. All right, guys, it's the next day, so we got everything ready so we could try to fire it. So here we go. We're going to try to fire this thing. First start attempt.
Why is it not firing?
All right, guys, so after attempt one, we had to run into town because we found out that we had a bad distributor.
it wasn't sending any spark. It was getting the signal, and it was sending a constant signal back out of it. It was not alternating the spark like it was supposed to. When I called in, they said the one they sold us was not even made for this car. And I don't understand why they even sold it, but that's the way it goes with parts stores, I guess. So we got a different distributor on. So I'll turn the camera here and show you that. So here's the other distributor. Wires got to be all straightened out. We got wires everywhere. We literally just are doing that so we can hear this thing run, and we'll straighten everything else out. We still have other things, obviously, I showed you that we got to be fixed. So here goes our attempts to try to fire those. All right, attempt number 2.
Hey, at least we got fire.
All right, attempt number 3.
No. What the hell? No. Too far advanced. All right.
Alright guys, so the motor's running, super pumped, super happy that this thing is running. We are going to get some more stuff buttoned up. We got to run a fuel line. Right now, we're just running, that's our fuel tank right now. But we got to run a fuel line back, and that will connect in right here. And instead of coming down, we're going to put a steel line so it'll run from here and it'll run all the way back into that new fuel tank in the back. So we got to do all that stuff yet. Stay tuned. Just wanted to get this video out there so you guys could actually see this thing running instead of just sitting on a stand. So I just wanted to give you guys an update so everyone could see this thing running instead of just sitting on a stand. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for this video. As I get farther, if you guys like this, I can let you know more about this thing as the project goes. We still have to hook up the vintage air. We have to get the radiator put in it in the front here. And let's see, what else is a major thing? Brake lines, but that's not part of making this thing run, and everything else that's just stopping and stuff. So I think it's just the radiators left for major motor stuff, cooling system, that's it. Other than for everything that we have left to do before we send it back to the body shop to finish getting all the body work done on it, we got to get the brake lines ran, the fuel line ran, the air system hooked up, the cooling system hooked up. We got to get the battery tray in. This is the battery tray as of this moment right here. We just kind of put a bungee on it with some towels around it, and that's just working to get this thing going. We got to get these replaced here. voltage regulator and our ignition coil here, our starter coil. We gotta get that replaced. So there's a few things left to do. As you've seen, the interior is completely ripped out of this car. We got to get that new column in. So a few more odds and ends here. We got to get buttoned up so we can get this thing back to the body shop, get it back here, get it all finished up. Then the car will be 100% done. So if you want to see more about this thing, just leave a comment down below, like the video, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to, show you guys along the process of this thing. All right, everyone, so that'll do it. Have a good one.